Hello guys, now let's continue this epic adventure. Where were we left off? That's right, we now have 2 drones and a Rockman crew. Bomphy, because that is a brilliant name. What are we looking like for ship upgrades? We've got those 2 upgrades which I always love to get nice and early on, so they are invaluable. I think the next thing we should look to do is probably buy a new weapon and upgrade our weapons. If not that, then definitely our shields. So those are 2 things that we want to have nice and high. If I remember correctly, we only had one option, the Slug Home Nebula. So that's where we're heading. The slugs developed on an ocean planet where the ability to telepathically sense another organism was more important than sight. Today they use this ability to navigate unfettered, not really sure what that word means, the depths of the nebulas they inhabit. I presume it means they're not scared. Let's jump. We're going to be going through nebula either way, so the rebels will be very slow, so I think we should take our time and really explore and try and find all the secrets of this slug land. Direct attacks are not preferred by the slugs, but of the 3 you see at this beacon, one has the brass to make a move on your position. Well, they're going to regret that, that's for sure. They don't have any missiles, so I don't need the defense. I will put up the beam drone and fire the Artemis to their shields. It's just a waiting game now, guys, as our beam drone isn't really going to do much until those shields go down. Oh, and we miss! That's a disaster. Let's try the burst laser. Oh, and the drone wasn't quick enough, it didn't get any shots off. So let's try the Artemis again. That's what we want. It's weakened now, at least, so that when I shoot it here, it should hopefully take it down all the way, and that is what we wanted, and we've still not actually taken any damage ourselves. You have bested us. Will you accept what is in our stores in exchange for our lives? Trying to do the weird accent they put on there. It was probably best I've just read it normally. Should we let them live? They might have a weapon. Let's let them live. Take this newly developed weapon. Yes, that's what we wanted. They're not going to be happy we give it up. That is for sure. Well, let's take it regardless. Anti-bio beam. This odd weapon does no damage to ships, but instead greatly hurts the crew. Anti-bio beam. Interesting. Let's have a look at it. I've never used this weapon before. This terrifying beam does no physical damage but rips through organic material, dealing heavily damage to the crew members. It's reduced by shields. Requires 2 power. That's very interesting. Well, I think one thing that would be good for us to do in that case is to upgrade this so we can see where the enemies are if we're going to be using this strange new weapon. And of course we'll need to upgrade our weapons now. So we're looking for scrap. At least we have a nice long sector we can look around with no real fear of the rebels. A black market weapons trader spins you a tale of the dangers of the nebula before pushing his wares. Let's attack him and try and get the scrap off of him. Let's see, again they have no missiles, so we don't need to put out the defense drone, which is good. And let's once again aim the Artemis at their shields. Again, it's just a waiting game. They have an ion. Where is it going to hit? Is it ioned our shields? That could be bad. Oh, and we've got breakthrough. Might want to take... Actually, I'll take down the shields and let the drone do the work. Doesn't look like we would have taken much damage from that. And actually, it didn't take the shield down, so I'm going to once again launch there. And let's just check there was no fire started. There was not. Well, let's hurry and get these shields down. That's... Oh no, they're still staying up. So I'm going to launch an Artemis in there. So we really need to get that down. That's what we want. They're powering up their FTL to try and escape. We're not going to let them do that, are we, guys? Let's take out the cabin. Oh dear, we're taking damage, but they're not going to last. We send you a message. Your ship is surprisingly well equipped. Please take this and let us live. Ooh, they're offering us fuel and scrap. I think I'm going to take it, guys. It's a good offer. Oh dear, our oxygen's down, so let's get some people in there to repair that straight away. Oh, and there's fire. That's not good. Well, once we get the oxygen online, we will flush out that fire. So yes, now that that is repaired, let's get there. Actually, I should probably go round the way, shouldn't I? And into there. And we can flush open this to hopefully I'll heal them while I'm at it. And this guy as well. They're all a bit damaged, aren't they? Stevie, Frost, Allison, and Bombfee. Love that name. Now hopefully that will have put out the fire. Let's get the rock guy in there to check. It has, excellent. So let's close those doors again and get ourselves back in there. 28 scrap. How much do we need to upgrade our weapons? Let's have a look-see. We will need, that's the Ron Fin, 85 plus power, which actually, why isn't that powered up? Yes, we'll need 85 plus power, but I think we'll just go for the 85 and worry about power later, because when we don't have up the defense drone, it means we'll be able to use the anti-bio beam. You arrive in the nebula and immediately receive a message from an unknown source. Prepare to board. With the static from the nebula, there's no way to tell where they came from. But here's shot fires on board the ship. That's not good. Well, I think the first thing I'm going to do is flush these areas out. And now let's try and find them. They're in this room, I hope, because we can heal ourselves in that room. So let's send the whole crew in there to fight. Just wait till the Rockman gets in. It's a brilliant place for them to spawn because we all just keep getting healed. There's no way they can win from this area. That was very lucky for us. Very good. It's just a matter of time now. Look at that. No chance. Down goes Fen, and I don't even know the other guy's name. Who cares anyway? Don't want to know the names of the people who try to invade us. They were foolish to try such a thing, weren't they, guys? Oh, and a store. Excellent. Let's go there and see what they have on offer. Oh, really, I want to keep my scrap, don't I? It's a slug colony on a huge asteroid. It's a brave person who sets foot on Slug Planet. It can take weeks to get the mucus out of your clothes. But there was business to be done. I have systems repair and defense, heavy laser and hull laser. Fires 2 shots, deal 1 damage to rooms with a system, double to rooms without. Wreak more havoc than the smaller burst laser counterparts. Only 1 power, does 2 damage per shot. That's a good deal. I wish I had the stuff to buy it, but I'm afraid we don't, and I'm not going to repair because I want the scrap to upgrade our weapons. So let's stick to the nebula so those rebels don't catch up to us. Push forward. There were a number of small stations for travellers in the area, lit up by guiding lights and advertisements. Only slug ships are docked, so you decide it's better to avoid confrontation and steer clear. I think that's a good idea. Let's see, I could go around here. I think that's what I'm going to do, yes. The slug vessel you encounter here has obviously made a big score and is looking to test its new armament. They picked the wrong ship to attack, they certainly did, and they have a missile. So I'll depower this and I'll get the defense drone and the beam drone out. And once again I'll fire the Artemis at their shields, because our drone isn't in much use till we get their shield down. But this guy, he is an absolute hero and he's going to protect us from these missiles, hopefully. Oh no! They got a hit in. Luckily Stevie didn't die, and he will repair that, and we have done damage to their shields. So let's quickly follow that up with some burst laser, and yes, we got it down. Brilliant, brilliant. So let's try and get off their weapon system before they land any more hits on us. We've got the main area back up now, and look at all the damage our drone is doing. And we have bested them. Again, let's let them live and see what we get. Showed a meager amount of material. Oh, that's a shame. No weapon this time. Well, I guess we can't be too greedy. Let's see, can we upgrade one time? We can. That means if we power down the Artemis, we can power up the anti-bio beam. So once the shields are down on whatever ship we're attacking, we can hopefully test that out. And now let's quickly heal Stevie back up, because we don't want him dying, that's for sure. Him being me, of course. There we go, and let's depower that and send him back to the... what is this room called? The cabin? That's where Beetles are playing. I've completely gone blank, I can't think of it. Someone comment and let me know. A slug ship hails you. We detected some worrying radiation coming from your medical unit. Perhaps you should take a look. As he signs off, your medical bay shuts off, and their crew teleports aboard from a nearby station. They don't look like engineers. Well, they're going to regret doing that. Again, they don't have missiles, so let's get the beam drone up. And we have the spare, so let's just put one in there, why not? Now again, I don't know where they are, so I'm going to flood this area, and we're going to Artemis their shields. Anyone see any damage on the ship? I can't. Oh, they're attacking our doors, okay. Let's send the rock man up there. I guess that's all we really want to move at the moment. I don't like losing control of the doors, but luckily we can hopefully get their shield down. Oh yes, I forgot I drowned that out. And it isn't down, so we need to launch another one back at there. But luckily we are at least starting to do damage. Let's get him back in there. And we can't heal, of course, because they shut down our med bay. We're not in a good way, guys, are we? Let's quickly Artemis this, change the burst laser to that and try and finish them off as quickly as we can. Of course we don't have drone control anymore, this guy's going to die, isn't he? So I need to get him out of there and send the rest of my men in. The slug ship breaks apart and your systems return to normal. You can collect what you can. Well, that means we can power this up and start to heal our men, which means we have won this fight, no matter what happens, which is always a good thing. That was a close one though, guys. Don't like how close they came. We need to invest in better weapons, I think, so that we can get through those shields quicker. Let's send him in there to help, him into repair. Ron 1. Bumpy, I want you to go and heal. And let's, once that gets a bit of power, close all of these. Send, who's this? Allison to the weapons and Frost to the shields. Was Bumpy healed? There we go, we'll walk him over there and send Stevie back up to ready to jump. There was a store so we could go and heal ourselves. In fact, I think we actually have enough to buy this now, which is very, very handy because we can now, if I take those two off, power this up when we're not using the defense drone, which should be interesting. So I'm going to go to the store so that we can heal ourselves. We're getting into the yellow, that's a risky place to be. Let's see. Oh, I wish I hadn't spent my stuff. And a defense 2, that would also have been rather nice. What's the difference? This fires faster, can shoot down incoming lasers. Oh, I really want that. How much can I sell stuff for? 25. How much does it cost? 75. I'd have to sell a hell of a lot. I could sell. I'm not going to sell the burst laser. If I sold, I'm not going to be able to afford it. Oh, unless I come back later. So I'm not going to heal myself, I'm going to take a risk, I'm going to bet on getting more scrap, because I really want that drone, it looks fantastic. There are a few more vicious beasts in the galaxy than a slug with his back to the wall. The faltering ship at this beacon disables your door system and charges fire weapons. They'll burn you out, that is not good at all. Let's get our 2 drones up. Artemis to the shields as per the usual plan. This is a tense one, guys, and the fire weapon us. As long as we can keep our shields held, they shouldn't be able to get to us, and thank God for that. We can shoot down their missiles. I think it's just a waiting game now. Their shields are down, they're not going to be able to do anything from here, because we've got that defense drone. Let's just make sure. Yep, we've won this. Nice and simple, guys, nice and simple. The slug ship breaks apart and your systems return to normal. You collect what you can. 41 scrap. Yes, please. That is what I want. Can I go here and then here? Yes, I think that's what I'll do. I better not die here because I'm going to get an amazing drone. The slugs here use a tactic you hoped you'd never see. They sabotage your auction production system and then charge fire weapons. They sabotaged our auction. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, let's power that up. We need to FTL out of here as soon as possible. I'm going to lose some drone parts here, but there's... Actually, I shouldn't have even put him out. That was stupid. Oh, well, it's too late now. Oh, dear God. Okay, let's try and disarm them as quick as we can. We just want to get out of here. We're going to be losing oxygen. We're already down to 85%. Dear God. Okay, this is very, very bad. This is not a nice encounter. I do not like this one bit. At least their shields are down. Let's try and get them away quickly so we can teleport. Come on. Come on, they're almost gone. Okay, yes, die. Yes, good. So if it breaks apart and your system return to normal. Thank God for that. That was an insanely close one. Whew. I did not want to die of oxygen starvation. That would have been a horrific way to go. But on the good side, we have enough to go to the store and buy that drone, which I'm really excited about. So let's buy us a Defense 2 drone and sell us a Defense 1 drone, because we won't be needing him anymore. Defense 2, that's what we want. What money do we have left over? We can fix all and buy a couple of fuel. I think that's a good use of the money. So now, if I put the defense drone, I can't afford the beam drone, which is a shame, it really is. And really, the first thing I'm going to do is buy more power, because at the minute I want to get this weapon up. If I get 2 more power, I can choose between the beam and the anti-bio, which would be nice. How much do we need for that? Looks like 50. That's manageable. I'm sure we can manage that. But the rebels are catching up. I think it's soon time to leave this nebula. The Mantis attack ship here looks to have been hunting slugs on their home turf. A rare test of honour for the mightiest Mantis crew. Weapons up. Now let's see, they have a very big missile, so I'm going to put up that defense drone, which means I can't put up the beam, which is a shame. So it's the old-fashioned way, missiles and lasers for us. Let's test out this new guy, see how well he handles. Surely missiles are going to fire soon. That's all off. Oh, and it's a miss. That's not what we wanted. Oh, no problem. Let's see, they've only got 1 shield. Can we burst laser it down? I think that might have been enough, you know, which is good. So let's attack their weapons and stop them dead. In fact, they really can't do much with those weapons. Let's just get the shield offline, I guess. Their weapons aren't going to break our shields, and our Defense 2 drone, I'm confident that he's going to keep those missiles at bay. Look at that, the shield is getting damaged and their hull is falling down. Oh, they got through! Oh dear, okay, get him into the med bay straight away. And let's power this down so we can heal that up. That's not what I was expecting to happen. This is not good. There, the shields are down, so I can now fire this. The defense drone let us down, guys. Not what we wanted at all. Again, that was another close one. I was expecting more from you, defense drone. I was expecting more, but we got 33 scrap. So I guess I can forgive you this time. Let's get this fire out. Hope no one burns to death. That would be an awkward way to die. Let's go and get him healed while Frost is repairing, and then we can swap them over. Almost there. There we go, fully healed. Let's swap them over now. Frost can heal and then get back onto the shields. There we go. In fact, I actually have enough to buy another one of these, which may come in handy, as I can now have all 3 of these powered up at one time, I believe. That is, of course, if I am not using the defense drone. Now, let's send him over there and get ready to jump. I could go here, then here. It looks like we'll have enough time. I hope so. Let's go. You were immediately hailed by a dangerous looking ship. I'm feeling generous today, shall allow you to choose your own death. Which do you like least? Shields, oxygen, or weapons? So they're going to disable something. Let's tell them to take a chunk off of our... Oof. I'm tempted to go oxygen and then go flat out to try and get away from them. Let's do that. A being that would choose suffocation, who am I to judge? Your life support shuts off and they move into attack. They only have one shield, so that's good for us. And they have no missiles. So let's put out the beam and power up everything all at once. Get the Artemis onto there. And we'll see once these fly up. We've got to be quick because our oxygen is plummeting. It's not a good place to be in. The Artemis is almost ready to fire. There we go, it is down. We can then get this off at their weapons and completely... They're just sitting ducks now. There's anti-bio beam across here, just because we can. It looks like a cool weapon, it's very fast. Slice and dice. I don't know what that achievement is for, but we got it. The slug ship breaks apart and your system returns to normal. That's what we want, and... one more, so now we can have this up as well as this, which is brilliant. So now all we need to do is upgrade this so we can have both of them up. So how much does that cost? 45 plus 60, 105 it will cost us. So quite a bit. Let's go to the exit. This long-range beacon is almost hidden within a nebula. When the FTL drive is charged, you can jump to the next sector. Well guys, we're in a pretty good shape. We have all our crew still alive, including Bombfee, my new favourite member. This anti-bio beam could be very interesting when we are fighting some of the harder enemies and get out of the nebula and can actually see the crew and see how much damage it does. And I think this defense drone will be very useful when we get towards the harder enemies, keeping the missiles away from our hull. So let's see our options. They're both green, which is good. NG controlled or civilian controlled. I'm probably biased towards NG because an NG would be a brilliant person to have on the team. But of course, let me know. I will go with what the majority of the comments say. Once again, thank you guys for watching. Remember to hit like if you want me to continue this series. And I'll see you guys next time.